let's go on. Well, you know what? Let's go on to this thing. This is special. So this I know what this is, and I actually have another thing sort of like it, or in the same category coming out. This is a canvas. This is a print that Bobby Skullface made. So it's his own original artwork, and he advertised it on his channel. Hi, Cat. Cat, I'm trying to. Can you? No one needs to see my address. Anyway, so he's huge into Transformers and expanding the community and kind of, you know, helping to foster like conversations about things that we as a community should be talking about. So I mean, super duper great channel, and he gives like his real honest opinion, and it's a very high level opinion because he's been collecting for years. And not to say that he's high, you know, that he does not present him like he presents himself as like the common man, but he has, you know, very intricate opinions that have great merit on Transformer figures and other aspects of collecting. And one of those is art, and he does art on the side. And he does like blankets and I think sometimes hoodies, and he sells them to the community, and also I think at conventions. And part of the proceeds go to charity. So yeah, it's a nice thing. But anyway, he's a big fan of the IDW run. I had to take it out because I have to. Part of this is I have to take the aspect that shows my address off. I mean, look, I trust. I don't trust any of you, but you shouldn't trust any of you either. But anyway, he was a big fan of the IDW run of Transformers, and one of the interesting aspects of that run is they really developed some of the characters in a different way, in a more mature way than we had seen like when I was growing up watching the show in the 80s. And one of those was Megatron, because you could only have like the cackling villain, you know, super evil for so long, but Transformers are as a race, they live for millions of years. So it's like eventually the IDW run kind of tackles like, what if we developed Megatron interestingly? And at one point, he even becomes an Autobot, and I think that they're borrowing that for the Earthspark run of the new show. But anyway, enough of that yapping. So I ordered. This was a run that he did. You could either get it with Megatron with a Decepticon symbol insignia or Autobot insignia. It's Megatron and Ravage. Nice. That must be his signature. But anyway, I saw this he was showing it on his channel, and I was like, yes, this is something I want to do. Like, I want this, because, I mean, one of the things that he talks about is like, you know, we collect toys, we collect figures, we collect statues and like model kits, but it's, even though it's multi-dimensional, in a way it's kind of one-dimensional, and like it's nice to have like some pieces that like might be a little bit more suited as a grown-up. Like I have, you know, you put things on your walls as a human, so why not, if you love the thing, why not have some like more adult representation that you put on your shelf or that you put on your wall? So I saw it. I was happy to support it. I paid for it immediately. I was like, "Give me this! I want this now!" And I'm gonna hang it on my wall. I don't think they ever showed him with a fusion cannon in this form, but yeah, I mean, we always look at Megatron as having a fusion cannon, and it was like when Megatron was considering like his options, and like I think when he decided to become an Autobot, Ravage was still a Decepticon, but he went after Megatron to kind of like just like to see like what is going on basically. And I think Soundwave even sent him because they were trying to figure out like, is Megatron as an Autobot now a threat to the Decepticon remnant? And so like Ravage pursued him as a spy. And at one point, like he kind of like, I mean, Ravage and Megatron, even in G1, were like super close, right? Like all of the tapes, all of the Soundwave cassettes seem to like, they didn't like hang out so much with Soundwave, a little bit, but there are many, many cases where you see like Laserbeak and Megatron, or Ravage and Megatron. Like they seem to like they had a bond that like very few others in the Decepticons had. It's and I don't think it was that they were simple animals. Like I just think it was that they not that they understood the movement, but they were in it like they I mean they had their own intelligence, but they were relatively simple. Like they were I mean Megatron explained that they were always loyal. So I thought it was interesting that one part in the IDW comics when Ravage was pursuing Megatron to see if he would be a threat to the Decepticons, and if so, if they would need to try to assassinate him. Um, at one point, like they're stuck in a cell on a ship, and Megatron has already decided, like, listen, I'm not gonna kill anymore. I'm not gonna hurt anymore. So that's why they were on this, the cell of the ship, and not Megatron just laying waste to the place. But Ravage like asked, like, why did you do this? Like you could have just become a civilian because this was after the war ended. Like you didn't have to completely switch sides. Like and I mean it was a much more like guttural, like shorter, more direct and to the point conversation. But he's basically saying like you realize like when you left us we're still Decepticons. It's not just such a simple thing that you should have considered us, and you could have become a civilian, consider how we feel. And one of the lines that I'll never forget from the IDW run, the original one, is like when Megatron was about to say something and Ravage goes like, you betrayed all of us, you betrayed me. And I thought that was like, I'm a cat person, in case you didn't know, that. But I really liked how the writer understood like that aspect of how a feline thinks. We assume, based on the way that we look at cats as humans, that they're independent, they're self-centered. So not even like it just struck me that like Ravage had that nuance, like like betraying everybody is one thing, but we had a close relationship. I believed in you. You betrayed me. So anyway, I thought that was super cool. So I really appreciated how they developed that relationship in the IDW run. So I saw this, I'm like, yeah, I would like this, please. So I will put that on my wall, and I'm super excited to do it.